Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Today we're going to make my version of a low-carb butter chicken. It's got a little bit of a kick to it and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our sauce. So I've got a half a cup of butter. Now I've got it melted. We're going to add in a medium-sized chopped onion, and we're going to saute this till they're all transparent and soft. The onions are soft, so now we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tandoori masala. Now you can find this in the international aisle in the grocery store, and I'm just going to show you the box. It cost me, I think it was $1.59 for the box, and you get a bag of the spice inside, and the spice comes in this little bag here. So it's quite reasonable, which is really good to have. And then we're going to put in a tablespoon of chunky chaat masala. And you can also buy that in the international aisle at your grocery store. And here is the box here. And it's got a little bit of a kick to it. It's quite a nice spice to be adding to this dish. 2 teaspoons of paprika. A 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of salt. And I love cumin, and I'm putting in a teaspoon of cumin just to give it that little extra flavor. Now I need 2 cups of diced tomatoes. So I've taken a can of organic tomatoes and we're going to stir them up inside this dish with the rest of the spices and the onions and the butter. And the last thing we're going to add is whipping cream. 3/4, or it's almost a cup, so I'll say a cup of whipping cream. And we'll stir this in. Now the whipping cream I used was 35%. It was this brand, and it works perfect in this recipe. So we're going to let this just simmer, and then once it has simmered for a while, we are going to take our machine and we're going to puree it down. So I've just removed it off the burner, and I'm using my immersive blender, and we'll just puree the tomatoes and the onions and make it a thicker sauce. There, I've got it, that it's all pureed. The tomatoes, there's no lumps in it, and the onions are all pureed. So now we are going to cook up our chicken and add our sauce. I have 3 chicken breasts that I will put in the frying pan, and this is my German frying pan. It's made by Wool, and I don't need to add any oil or anything into it. Now you can put oil if you have a regular sort of frying pan, but in this skillet I don't need to be adding anything. Now I'm just sprinkling some herbamare onto my chicken breast. Now I buy it in bulk. I better move my thumb here. And I just usually put it into a shaker, and I'll just shake to have the spices. So I'm just going to turn them over and put a little bit on the other side. You don't need a lot because there is enough seasoning in the sauce that you are going to be putting on top while this is cooking. So we're just going to cook this up a little bit, and then we're going to pour our sauce on top and let it simmer and cook, and it's just going to be delicious. Now I've cooked the turkey breasts, or sorry, the chicken breasts on each side, but it's still got a long way to go to finish cooking. But I want the sauce to cook into the chicken. So I poured it into my 4 cup, and that's what I got was 4 cups of sauce. And I'm just going to pour it over top, and I'm not using it all. The nice thing is, with this recipe, you can put it into a jar, and you can put it into the fridge, and use it for your next batch of chicken you want to cook. So we're just going to turn the burner down, and we're going to just simmer and let this sauce cook through the chicken, and then we're going to be ready to eat. Now I've just let the chicken simmer in the sauce, and it's thickened up nicely. You can use more sauce, but the amazing thing is that you can, this is how much we have left. We've only used a cup. So I'm going to put it in a canning jar, and I'll put it in the fridge and use it for next time I want to have this lovely meal. So we will serve it and show you how it all turns out. So here is my version of buttered chicken with a bit of a twist. I like using the chunky chat mozzarella, and actually I'll show you the box again. It gives it a little bit of a kick, quite a bit of a kick actually, but it's really tasty. And then the other is the tandoori mozzarella, which really makes it good with this recipe. And the amount that we made for the sauce, you've got quite a bit left that you can store it in your fridge and make it again. Very tasty. It's just a nice change. I really enjoy it. But like I said, it's got a little bit of a kick to it. So if you like this recipe, go to lowcarbrecipe.com, try this recipe and try some of my other ones. You take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.